challenging question. So, Dr. Harsha, can you briefly sum up what an SJB government would do differently if it was in power right now? And maybe a little specific word on the tax structure, if you have anything to add.
I mean, like Mr. Premdas mentioned, our choices are limited, right? So there is no question that we need to work with the IMF. We have to, like he agreed. We have to be realistic. The issue is, some of the things that we've agreed upon not palatable, particularly the middle class tax. Now, I'm not saying that we need to reduce the total volume of revenue that we bring in. Or we can do even better by having a different structure. I mean, there were countries, or there are still many countries that have a higher marginal tax bracket than 36%. Right? There were countries that had 80% highest marginal tax bracket for certain periods of time. South Korea had a highest marginal tax bracket of over 90%. They've come down to around 40-some%. So how do you tax is the issue. So if we were in office, we would have certainly negotiated with the IMF on a more humanitarian, shall I use the word, tax. People are saying, why can't you pay 36% tax? That is because you have to maintain a certain lifestyle. They got used to a certain lifestyle. They have to pay their loan. They ask, you can't pay your tax because you have a loan. Yes, we all have loans. The first thing we want to do, build a house. Everybody has a loan to build a house unless you have some money stashed somewhere else. So normal people have done these things. So sometimes you have nothing left to live with. So we have alternatives and we will discuss with the people. We are not that other party that said we are going to bring down the highest marginal tax bracket to 24%. Where are you going to get the money? 140,000 people paid tax, PAYE. And 1.1 million people are registered to pay PAYE. Where are the rest of the people? Should we squeeze to the bone the people whose paycheck is handed out at the end of the month by a company that obviously is able to deduct the tax? What about some of you here? Right? I know there is two sides to this coin. If I give government my hard-earned money as tax, and if they waste it, if they misuse it, if they take it home, why should we pay tax? Right? So, I mean, this is a discussion that we need to have with our people. So, particularly the issue, like what Rohan mentioned about the corporate tax. In our blueprint, we did mention that taxes need to obviously be revised. But we also mentioned how best perhaps it could be done. Going back to Mangala's 2017, but also sort of tune it so that we can have some agreement on the debt sustainability analysis. We have so many conditions today, right? We have to bring in a certain revenue. Where are you going to cut the expenditure to take the primary deficit from -4 to -0.7? How much can you cut in expenditure? What is the biggest expenditure that we have? Right? So we would have, Kusum, had a much more straightforward conversation and arrived at a better distribution or sharing of the burden to get the same amount. So we hopefully, if we get a mandate and come to office sooner than later, we'll have to figure out how to go forward with this particular matter.
Thank you very much. The next question we'll pose to Honorable Kabir Hashim. Honorable MP, could you